Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there pushing His word with all truth and sincerity. Now I want to go into a lesson, another then and now lesson. Getting some from the Old Testament, Apocrypha, or the New Testament that physically happened. And how we can spiritually apply that to us today in these times, in the last days. But in this lesson, I want to touch on then and now, scarcely saved from the fire, which the example I want to get from the Old Testament is Lot. When he was in Sodom and Gomorrah, he was scarcely saved from that fire and brimstone that rained down on Sodom and Gomorrah, man. The angels had to take him and his family from inside the city and bring them outside of the city in order for them to be saved. But they was brought outside the city right when the fire came down. Well, the same thing that will happen in this time is going to not just be spiritual, but physical in this time as well, man. You see, the elect of the nation of Israel will physically be scarcely saved from the fire once again, just like Lot in his new Sodom, new Egypt, right? Babylon, the great America, And of course, the other places where, brothers and sisters scattered, well, fire and missiles gonna hit. So, that's the that's the example I want to get for this lesson. And I want to get that first in Genesis and then tie it to how that applies to us now, man. You see? And then, being scarcely saved, that's not nothing new when it comes down to the larger Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, man. Look what happened with Noah. Soon as that rain came, he got in the boat. That shows the power in the Most High. That gives him more glory and saving. Look what happened when we came out of Egypt, man. Our back was against the sea, against the sea, with nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Pharaoh and his army was coming, but the Most High split the sea, man, so we could walk through at the last moment. So, hey, how much more in these last days? But I'm gonna hop straight into the lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying, man. So this is Genesis 18, and I'm gonna start at 20. Right now, this is the Lord talking to Abraham. So Genesis 18 and 20, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous." So the subject matter is Sodom and Gomorrah, whose sin is very great: wickedness, homosexuality, bestiality, all kind of freakism, man. What's going on in that time? But hey, we living in a time worse than that. Now you have women being changed into men, men being changed into women, all kind of transgenders and all these other genders. You see? So the same thing, the sin is very great. In this new age, it says, "And the Lord Yahweh said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me." So this is the Most High, the Lord telling Abraham, look, I heard shit, I've been seeing, and my angels been reporting to me all the wickedness that's been going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. Now I'm going to send my angels down to check again, let me know what's going on, right? Because the wickedness have come up unto me, man. Come to the heavens, reached unto the heavens, in other words, right? And it says, if not, I will know it. But I want to get this real quick because, hey, the same thing happening today. Then we go back to that Genesis and continue with Sodom and Gomorrah and get what happened with Lot. But the same thing happening this day in a new Sodom, spiritual Sodom, man. Right? I'm going to get this is Revelation 11 and 8. Because, hey, the sins of this place have reached up unto the heavens to the Most High too. So what you think he going to do now? Whatever he did to Sodom and Gomorrah, he going to do it now, man. Because it's the same wickedness, even greater. It's Revelation 11 and 8, just to prove that it is another Sodom we in. Revelation 11 and 8, it says, "And their dead bodies," now this is talking about the Israelites' dead bodies. Now, it's not talking about physically dead, it's spiritually dead, without the knowledge of our power, Yahweh, our Lord Yahweh Shai, without knowing who we are spiritually dead, man. And it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city. Now this great city is America, Babylon the Great. Now watch some code names that it give to this great city, America, Babylon the Great. It says, the great, in the street of the great city, which spiritually, right, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Why is America spiritually called Sodom? Well, when you look at it, you got homosexuals who have rights, homosexuals, you got a same-sex marriage. You see, everything that was going on in Sodom is going on here. That's why it's spiritually Sodom. Why Egypt? Egypt, because that's where all 12 tribes was in captivity together, man. In hardcore bondage, the same today. All 12 tribes were in captivity together, man. Right? Now, I'm going to get this real quick. So, since we identified that we have another Sodom, but also in this new Sodom, which also is called Babylon the Great, just like it said in Genesis with Sodom and Gomorrah, the sins have reached unto heaven, right? Well, the same thing with this new one. The sins have reached unto heaven. And because of that, we're going to see what the judgment is. But real quick, before we go back to Genesis, this is Jeremiah 51:9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, right? But she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Just like the Lord told Abraham about Sodom and Gomorrah, right? The cry has come unto me, right? Their sin is very great. The same thing with Babylon the Great, man. Let's get one more to prove that. Revelation 18, and 2, just to prove it's talking about Babylon the Great. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen. Is fallen and become the habitation of devils, and the hole of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right? That's the point. Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people. Now this is going to be Yahweh Shai when he's scarcely saving his elect. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto the heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquity, man. You see that? So just like the Lord told Abraham about Sodom and Gomorrah, the same thing he's saying about this spiritual Sodom. The sin is too much. It's reached unto the heavens. And now I got to do so. Right? Let's go back to Genesis. Genesis 18:21. And I will go down now and see whether, right, they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me. If not, I will know it. Right? Let's get into it. Genesis 19:1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. So that you had the Most High send two angels, man, right, to check out the place and to go save Lot out of there. So this Lot meeting up with him, and it says, and he said, behold, now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, nay, but we will abide in the street all night. Right. We out here to check out what's going on. We here to give a report back to the Most High. Not saying the Most High don't know. Obviously, he know. But they just reporting on it. And it says, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they lay down, talking about the angels in Lot house, before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round, both old and young, and all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them, man. So you had two angels to go check out Sodom and Gomorrah, give a report on it, and to go save Lot. The men in Sodom and Gomorrah, the homosexuals, it says old and young, just like today you got old faggots and young faggots, man. Right? They want to have sex with the angels. They calling Lot, hey, let them out so we can have sex with them. You see? And I wouldn't be surprised if an angel come in today disguised as a man and people try to have sex with him. You see? But it says, and Lot went out at the door, and this reasons that it have to be destroyed, man. The whole LGBTQ, pushing it upon the children. You see, like my daughter, she like watching My Little Ponies, man. On one of the new episodes, the pony mama had another girlfriend pony, man. The first same-sex couple own My Little Ponies. For what? First day ponies. You know what I mean? It's not even real, but why make a fucking pony? You feel me? A homosexual, man. That's more reasons America gotta be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's some of the slight reasons, man. Another reason, you can't reproduce. We supposed to repopulate the earth. We supposed to give seed to the woman and bring forth life. You can't do that. You can't do that with the same sex. It's unprofitable and it's death and it's disease, man. Right? And it says, and Lot went out at the door unto them and shut the door after him. And I said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly. Right? Behold, now I have, bro. Let me tell you what the scripture is going to tell you how wicked these men was. Watch what Lot about to offer them instead of the two angels. This is what Lot said. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. I got 2 virgin daughters. Right? It says, let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes. So Lot was like, look, I got 2 virgin daughters, never had sex. I'm gonna bring them out. Y'all do what y'all want. Gang raper, do what y'all want to both of them. Well, let's keep reading. Only unto these men do nothing, man. But don't worry about these men I got up in here. For therefore they came they under the shadow of my roof. And they said, so the men of Sodom and Gomorrah said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came into sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now we will deal worse with thee than with him. And they pressed so upon a man, even Lot, and came near to break the door. They were trying to break down the door to get Lot and the angels. It says, but the men put forth their hands and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. Talking about the angels, and they smote the men that were at the doors of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find a door. So the angels struck all those homosexuals with blindness, man. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides thee? So the angels asking Lot, look, bro, we gotta go, bro. This place about to be destroyed. We came to check it. And as we come and check it, we already knew the report. We just come and get the last report. Now these niggas trying to have sex with us. We definitely about to destroy this place. So they about to ask like, anything you got here, family, hurry up and get them because you about to dip. Right? And it says, and the men said to Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place, for we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh have sent us to destroy it, man. And why you think we seeing so many chariot sightings? The Most High, he checking out the place. He's sending angels to check out the place again. You see? People walking on their day-to-day life, passing by angels who, of course, cloaked in human forms, because they can do that, like we reading right now. Looking at what in the book of Tobit. You see? But we have probably angels on earth and in the heavens. They checking out Babylon the Great for this same reason of Sodom and Gomorrah, because the cry is going up. And everything that the Most High been saying is true. So now he got to destroy it, man. Let's read on. And it says, verse 15, and when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot. Going back into the lesson. Scarcely, man. They trying to hurry him up because it's about to come. The destruction about to come. Right? And it says, and when the morning arose, the angels hastened Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. Right? Hurry up and get out before you be burnt up here. With the sins of this place, and what is said in Revelation 18, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of plagues or sins, and receive none of her plagues, man. The same thing. Now let's get to the point. And while he lingered, so Lot was taking too long, moving slow, you know, not moving in haste. It says, and while he lingered, the men, talking about the angels, while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand and upon the hand of his wife and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, and Yahweh being merciful unto them, and they brought him forth and set him without the city. So Lot was taking too long. The angels had to grab Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters and bring them out. Now they probably grabbed them and cloaked and just boom, vanished and popped up outside, or flew out there, or Herb and ran out there, who knows. But somehow, somewhere they got out of there. The same way it's going to be in our times. In order for us to escape the fire that's coming, Yahweh and the angels going to have to grab us up into the chariots and take us out of there, man. Out of Babylon the Great. You see? So when they took them out the city, verse 24, it says, then Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from the Lord Yahweh out of heaven. So as soon as they got out of there, fire came down. Brimstone, man. And it says, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city and that which grew upon the ground. So as soon as Lot left out of there, fire came down, man, and burnt up the city, man. Right? The same thing will happen in these times. Let's prove that. This is Luke 19. Right? So that's what happened then, man. This is Luke 19 and let me see. I think it's 19. It's like Luke 17. This is Luke 17 and 28. It says, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. Then we just read that, right? In the days of Lot. It says they did eat, right? They did drink. They bought, they sold, they planted, they built. They was partying, living, going on with life, buying houses, adding on to it. You see, getting married, being homosexuals. You see? So as in the days of Lot, it says they planted, they built it, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. It says the same day. Soon as Lot left out, fire dropped. Soon as he stepped out, fire came down. And it says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. And watch this. Even thus, right? Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. The same thing will happen today when Yahweh Shai come back with the angels, man. With the fire from the chariots and the missiles. Soon as the elect get beamed up, well, shit, why the elect getting beamed up, fire and brimstone gonna be raining down? You see? So America gonna get the same judgment that Sodom and Gomorrah got. Because when Yahweh Shai, well, let me grab this real quick. This is Revelation 18. Remember we got in verse 4 when it says, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her plagues, and that you receive not of her that you be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues, right? For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. So he telling us to come out. We gonna get beamed up, but watch what happened. Verse 8, and therefore shall her plagues come in one day, just like Lot. That one day, it says death, mourning, and famine. And she, talking about Babylon the Great, America, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. And she shall be utterly burnt with fire. The same judgment. It says, for strong is Yahweh power who judge of her, man. You see? Hey, because the same, hey, nothing's new under the sun. What happened then happened now, man. Right? Let me grab this real quick. 2nd Ezra 2. And then after this, we're going to prove how in these times, the elect going to be scarcely saved from the fire as well. Then we'll go ahead and end it. But this is 2nd Ezra 2 and 8. It says, woe be unto thee, Ashur. And you know, America have different code names into the scriptures. Right? So this, you can use this right here for America. It says, woe be unto thee, Ashur, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee. Now, when you hide something, what you doing? You protecting it, right? You protecting it from something, keeping it safe when you hide it, right? So America, just like Ashur, it says, woe be unto thee that thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee. Now, how do America hide the unrighteous? They give laws to homosexuals, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? You can't speak against no transgender. They hide them from judgment. Really, you're supposed to put them to death. But they protecting them from that, you see? So because of that, it says, thou that hidest the unrighteous in thee, O thou wicked people, remember what I did unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all remember what I did to them for hiding the unrighteous in them? It says, whose land left in clouds of pitch and heaps of ashes, even so also will I do unto them that hear me not, saith Yahweh power. He gonna do the same thing to Babylon the Great. All these heathens and the 2/3 of his people who indulging in that madness, man. You see, 2 Peter 2:6, it says, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that should live unto those that after should live ungodly. So America, Sodom and Gomorrah should be the example of what not to do. They should be the example of why not to have old faggots and young faggots. Why not to have homosexuality, bestiality. You see? Any type of other ality. You know what I mean? Different genders. That was an example for what not to do. Right? And it says, and deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. And that's the same thing. We see a faggot, big, tall, 6'4", Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, size nigga, oh, he a faggot. That shit pisses us off. That shit vexes us. Or we hear some wickedness being spoken of. That pisses us off, just like Lot. But what happened? It says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. Just like Lot, he found a way to deliver Lot. Lord willing, he gonna find a way to deliver us. Because it's facts he gonna deliver the elect, but our hope is that we are of the elect. And just like he reserved fire and brimstone for those ungodly people, well, that was an example for the day. Those same ones who doing that, what they did then in Sodom and Gomorrah, guess what? You're gonna get destroyed in the same manner. But we gonna be scarcely saved, Lord willing. Man, I'm gonna grab this. This is 2 Peter to prove that. Fire and brimstone came on Sodom and Gomorrah then, and Lot was scarcely saved. Well, fire and brimstone will spiritually come upon this new Sodom, right? This new Egypt, this new Babylon, which is America, man. This is 1 Peter 4:17. It says, for the time has come, right? Yeah, right. The time has come. We in that time. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High, right? Talking about the ones who know they are Israelites. It says, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end, right? What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel, right? Of the Most High. That is the point. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, right? If the righteous scarcely be saved, let me see what that word scarcely is. I'm gonna just type it in on Google. Let me see. So the righteous gonna be scarcely saved, right? So this is that word scarcely on Google. It says scarcely, only just, almost not. It says almost not, only a very short time before, man. Like Lot, he was only saved a very short time before the fire and brimstone came. So right here for us, when Yahweh and the angels come back, it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, so the righteous, the elect, gonna scarcely be saved. In other words, a very short time before the missiles come, fire and brimstone, those same elements within those missiles, and the fire from the chariots by way of Yahweh and the angels. Going back to the point, then scarcely saved from the fire, now scarcely saved from the fire, man. And it says, and if the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? They gonna appear burnt up. You feel me? They don't have no chance. If we gonna scarcely be saved, then they have zero chance, right? Zero chance. Let's further get proof that at the same time the missiles come down, we gonna be getting beamed up and saved, Lord willing, man. This is Revelation 11:8. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And that's talking about the times we in now. And this truth entered back into us. It says, and they stood upon their feet in great fear, fell upon all them which saw them. And that's the elites, man. They fearing because we telling them their kingdom going down, and they know we are the prophets of the Lord. But this the point. Talking about the elect, the remnant, the ones who going to scarcely be saved. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven, and this is Yahweh's voice, saying unto them, come up hither. Right? Come up hither. Just like the angels would lie, they told them, come on. Well, Yahweh would say, come up hither. And they ascended up, right? Ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And this cloud is talking about the chariots. So when the elect get beamed up into the chariots, let's see what's going to be happening at that same time. It says, and they ascended up to a cloud, up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour, so simultaneously at the same time, the elect was getting beamed up, right? in the middle of the ground and the chariot in midair. At the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Soon as, bro, why the elect getting beamed up, missiles gonna be falling from the sky. So a brother or sister might be getting beamed up, and you pass a missile looking arm's length away from the missile. You see a missile right there, man, falling while you going up. Scarcely saved, man. Scarcely saved from the fire. That's going to be, hey, well, let's read it. It says, and the remnant, right? And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. Why would they be affrighted? Because they were scarcely saved. Think about it. You on the ground looking at 200-something million missiles falling, and right before they hit the ground, you get beamed up. You're going to be scared because going back to the definition, it says only a very short time before, you could have been in that fire, but it says, and gave glory to the power of heaven. But we gonna thank the Heavenly Father Yahweh. Thank Yahweh, give glory to the power of heaven, because he did save us, man. Don't matter if it was scarcely, as long as he saved us, man. Right? Let me grab this and I'll go ahead and end it. Right? Just going on how, bro, we're gonna be scarcely out of here. The same day destruction come, the same day we're gonna be saved. This is 2nd Ezra 7. And I get straight to it. 2nd Ezra 7:43, it says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. The day of doom is the day those missiles gonna come. The day of doom is the day Yahweh and the angels gonna come with the fire and the chariots and destroy everything, man. And Babylon the Great. You know, Israel, you see, that's the day of doom. That's gonna be the end of this time, which is what? Esau is the end of the world. It's gonna be the end of the so-called white man rulership in this age. But as this world is ending by destruction, let's read what's going to happen at that same time. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and so the day of doom also go be this, and the beginning of the immortality for to come where incorruption is past. The day of doom will be the same day the elect get saved, man. Scarcely, man. Scarcely, man. This is Zechariah 13:8. And this shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein. Right, 2/3 of our people gotta die, man. Here in America, 2/3 of our people gotta die, but the third, that remnant, who Yahweh said, come up hither, right? That remnant, that 1/3, starting with the 144,000, the prophets, and that great multitude who believe on the prophets' word, man. But it says, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire. You see? So the elect gonna go through the fire, spiritually going through it by purging away the old man, right? Going through our trials, tribulations. But also, we gonna literally go through the fire and get saved, get beamed up before that fire, you see, can burn us up, man. And it says, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh, but Hashem Yahweh is my power, man. You know, so I just want to go into a lesson on that, speaking on, hey, and that's another thing. We can't lose hope. We got to have hope and faith until the end. We can't be on the ground, see people getting beamed up, and we don't get beamed up. We see missiles, then we just like, fuck it, I ain't gonna get beamed up. No, how you know you ain't gonna be the last one to get beamed up on the chariot? You feel me? That's what I'm saying. It's going to be scarcely, man, right at the end. But that's comfort from knowing that. So when we're in those times, we have comfort to know, well, shit, it's scarcely. You know what I mean? But man, shit, I don't want to ramble. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Chakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, and peace and blessings to all you out came out there pushing his word with all truth and sincerity. And with that, shalom.